So I showed you before this area down here with all of kind of like the random junk that ended up down here that was just kind of became the junk pile for the ranch for a while. And now that it's on our land, we have to try to figure out what to do with it. So some of it we just have to get rid of, some of it we're trying to repurpose. So most of that is probably just junk, except for the tool, obviously. This over here was actually an old trailer frame. The rest of the trailer got taken out a long time ago. And we're talking like a trailer house from the 50s or 60s, because it was the first trailer that my parents got and that I lived in the summers growing up. So the rest of it got taken out, but the frame is still here. Andy thinks that we can use this on the other side of the dam to try to build a bridge so that we don't tear up the country so much when we go over across the dam and then off to that direction, which is where we'll keep the sawmill. So big tracks that go across there and really tear up the country, kind of put in a bridge so we can go across there. This weekend we worked on putting in a lot of dirt on the dam to kind of smooth it out and make it a little bit more even. So I've been bringing down dirt off of the hill. A couple of other things now that we're looking at. Over here, this used to be where the corrals were, and there was a tack shed. And when my dad moved the corrals up on the hill, the tack shed stayed. All the bad stuff stayed in the tack shed. All the good stuff went up to the new tack room on the hill. But all of this is wood that we had off of the old tack shed. It was literally falling down. I can put up a couple of pictures of that. And so we took it apart a few years ago and got rid of all of the mouse infested stuff that was inside. But this is all of the wood that's left over, and at the time the idea was that maybe we would try to sell the wood because some people like to use it for picture frames, because it's like, you know, naturally distressed wood. Right now we're not really sure what we're going to do with it, but maybe try to sell it or maybe try to use it for something. The metal things are they were over the wheel wells on the trailer home. So those are going to be taken apart and taken to the dump. And then one other thing that we're trying to look for a use for here, this shale rock. Sorry about the wind. Again, gonna figure out the microphone issue at some point in time here. But these rocks, actually, they were used to make like a fire pit in front of the lodge when I was a little kid, so decades ago. And the fire pit didn't get used. It wasn't that great. It didn't work that great. And so that got taken apart, and then these rocks got brought down. And when my dad built the dam to get the water rights, just to kind of use as filler, he brought these rocks down. So now we're kind of thinking about, now we're filling in the dam with more just dirt. We're kind of like, hey, you know, these are some kind of cool rocks. So rather than just plow them under dirt, I told Andy, let's gather them up, and I'm not sure what we're going to do with them. Maybe use it for some kind of decoration in the cabin. Maybe we're probably going to put a wall, like a half fake wall, behind our wood cook stove. So maybe figuring out a way of putting these on that wall as kind of decoration. I don't know, I'm not that creative. I guess I'll have to do some Googling, some Pinterest, probably some ChatGPT to figure it out. But kind of trying to figure out what can we use this rock for down the road.